What's up, guys? Welcome back to Daniel Talks Football right here on YouTube. I am Daniel and we are back with another video. In this video we're going to be doing a World Cup predictions for the awards. So things like Best Player, Best Manager, Golden Boot and Golden Glove. Before I do get into the video, I need to ask you to subscribe to the channel down below. Please do go down below and hit that big red button. Also like the video and comment down below. Who do you think is going to win the Golden Boot? Also, if you could please go over and follow the Instagram and the TikTok Daniel Talks Football on both, that would be greatly appreciated. Before we get into the video, I need to make an apology. Now, yesterday's video came out, which was the World Cup predictions. In this, I made two bad opinions. The first of this was that Argentina have no defence. Yeah, their back twos, Christian Romero and Lisandro Martinez, and I said they didn't have any good defenders. I apologise. It was a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I sincerely apologise. The second one of these is that I said Serbia weren't good. They've got a lot of good players: Milinkovic-Savic, Vlahovic, Mitrovic. They're a good side, but I'm sticking with what I said with Serbia. I think they're going to do a Turkey from the Euros and just do nothing. So there's the apologies over. We are joined with a man on the line who was here in yesterday's video, as I'm sure you all heard him, and it's Ollie. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, Daniel. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm ready to get in and do some World Cup predictions, and we might as well get in straight in with the Golden Boot. Who do you think will win the Golden Boot?
I believe that Karim Benzema will win the Golden Boot this World Cup because I think Nkunku is just recently been announced that he's missing the World Cup, so therefore I think France kind of have a man to rely on. I know they have Mbappe, but just obviously Benzema did win the Ballon d'Or, and there's so much quality behind him in the French team, so I just think that he'll carry on his good goal scoring form and win.
Yeah, I like France. I think they're going to go far. The only thing is the World Cup curse.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to happen here?
I don't know. There's just I can't see it with this French team. Exactly. You know, I can't see any of their players who haven't really been out of form recently, apart from Fofana, but obviously.
Yeah.
For Monaco, I don't know. He's been meh, I would say, but I wouldn't say anyone else has been.
Yeah, I know your point. Yeah, I obviously haven't gone for Benzema because I couldn't pick the same one of you. I've gone for Vinicius Junior. Now, I predicted Brazil to win the whole thing, which you heard in yesterday's video. If you haven't seen that, please do go and check it out on the channel. I said that Brazil would win the World Cup, contrary to the two beliefs of my two guests who both said that Argentina would win it. I said it would be Brazil, and I think the shining light of this is going to be the Vinicius and Neymar partnership. I'm going to presume that Neymar's possibly going to play at Camor as a false nine. However, if they're playing with a false nine, why don't they take Firmino? They'll find a way to fit them both in the side, and I think they're going to work really, really well together. I really like Vinicius as a player. He's come on leaps and bounds in the last 14-15 months at Real Madrid, sort of ever since the start of last year, when nobody really knew how good he was. You know, there were still questions of, do they need to go out and get a left winger because this guy isn't really good enough? You know, he was put in the same breath as Rodrigo, who this season has now sort of come good. Vinicius has really shown himself to be an excellent winger in the past few years, and I could see him doing bits for this Brazilian side, off the left, off the right, through the centre, wherever they decide to play him. I think he's going to do great for Tite's side. And I think he'll end the tournament on 9 goals. That's a lot. But I think he'll end the tournament on 9 goals. I think Vinicius is going to do excellently for this Brazilian side, and I've got a lot of faith in him. How many do you think Benzema will get?
Well, to be honest, I don't know. It depends on how far France get, but I can see him at least getting 6 just in the group stages, because he's just that good, I think. Is
it Tunisia and Australia in their group, I want to say?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I can see it.
The defences aren't amazing.
And Denmark will be a tough game.
He can score against Chelsea's defence last year. He can score against anyone.
He can score against anyone. Yeah, all right, I'll give you that. Golden Glove. Who do you have to win the Golden Glove?
This is a very bizarre one, but I think we had Belgium doing well, so I think Thibaut Courtois will win the Golden Glove.
Thibaut Courtois. Now I've gone for Lloris. I said that France would win the final again against you guys. So I think you said Belgium would get to the final, if I'm correct. It was a long time ago we recorded that video. I've said Lloris is going to win it. I think this France side, they're going to go to the final, they're going to have a tight defence. The attack's going to be good, they're going to have a tight defence. However, at the end of the day, I think Brazil will just come out on top in that end-to-end final. I think this defence from France, though, it looks absolutely excellent. You know, it's star-studded. They've got so many excellent players in there. You know, their centre-back options. You look at the players that sort of don't make it into that squad. I know they don't have Varane, and I know they don't have people like that.
But they have Koundé still. Saliba.
They've still got Koundé, Saliba. They've called up Disassi, who I really like. I think he's really, really good. Meccano, man, they're mental.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I think Lloris will get the Golden Glove. I can really, really see it. They look like a really good quality defensive unit under Didier Deschamps. And I think they're going to be a really tough side to beat. So yeah, I'll go with Lloris. I'm not sure how many clean sheets he'll get. 4, 5, 4 maybe. I could see 4. How many are you putting on Courtois?
I would say about 4 or 5 again. I can't see him keeping that many.
No, it's tough to get clean sheets, isn't it? I can't remember how many clean sheets winners of past have got, but yeah, I think 4 or 5 for Lloris. Best player. Who do you have as your best player?
Obviously the GOAT. I have Lionel Messi as the best player of the tournament.
Yes. If Argentina win it, I think Messi will be a shining light in that, and I'd totally agree with it. I've gone for Neymar. I think Brazil's going to do very well, as I've said. I think that partnership of Vinicius and Neymar is going to really come together, and they're going to be a tough side to beat. I like Neymar. I think he's a really good player. I think with Brazil, he's different than he is for PSG. He takes on a bit more importance at Brazil. And, you know, he's been saying this could be his last World Cup, at which point he's really going to want to go out on a bang. He's 31 now, I think, 31. So he does need to start proving himself. This is probably Neymar's final time to really show himself in a Brazil shirt to try and reach those levels of Ronaldinho in Brazilian people's eyes. And I think Neymar's going to do it at this World Cup. I think he's going to be absolutely excellent, be the shining light for this Brazilian side under Tite. And I think he's going to really take him to the World Cup. He's different for Brazil than he is for PSG. He cares more. So I really think he's going to take them all the way. Who do you have as your most improved player? You know, that player that people may have heard of him. I've gone for a player that people have definitely heard of, but they're going to get a massive move in January.
I believe Enzo Fernandes. Obviously, he did well, really well in the Golden Boot, and obviously big teams are already sniffing around him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this World Cup, if he does get the game time and does plays as well as he has been playing for Benfica, I can't see why he wouldn't get a massive move to a Premier League club or a Spanish club like Real Madrid.
Yeah, I mean, Real Madrid would be tough. You know, he's a midfielder, and they've got a star-studded midfield already. You know, with people like Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, Camavinga, Tchouaméni. You know, I could keep going with Valverde. I think if Enzo Fernandes does have a good World Cup, I could see Spurs being in for him.
Yeah.
With that creative kind of outlet he's got. City as well, if they're going to lose Gundogan. I could see that. I like Enzo Fernandes, but again, I haven't particularly put Argentina to go all the way. I've chosen someone from a different nation outside of the top ones. I've gone for Jonathan David. Now, did I say Canada to get through to the round of 16? Maybe it was the quarters. I can't quite remember what I fully said. But I think Canada are going to have a good World Cup, and I think it's going to really be pushed by Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David. David is going to be a shining light in this Canadian side. He's really going to show what he can do above all else, and he'll get 4 or 5 goals for a really hard Canada side. You know, a side that doesn't have many names in there at all. And he'll get a move to a big club, you know, someone like Tottenham. No, wait, no, they're not a big club. Somebody like Manchester United to go in there and replace Cristiano after his recent comments. And yeah, he'll get a big move. I think it's going to be a shining light in this Canadian side. He's going to need to be if they're going to go far. but I do think he will be. And as I say, I think a big 50, 60 million move could be coming in January to a club like Manchester United. Or I could see Arsenal being in from, I could see Liverpool being in from, I could see a lot of different clubs being in from, possibly Chelsea as well. But no, yeah, I think David's going to get a big move in January after the World Cup. And then last but not least, who do you have as your best manager?
I think if France are going to do well again, I think Didier Deschamps. I think he's already won a World Cup with France, and I think he's a great manager, and I can't see why he won't do well with France again.
Yeah, I like that. I really do. I've gone for Tite again. I think Brazil are going to win the World Cup. Usually, the manager that wins the World Cup will end up winning best manager unless there's a massive shock. I think Tite's good. I think Tite's got this in the bag. I could see Tite possibly then moving on to club football. Wins the World Cup with Brazil and then goes, you know what, I'm done here. I'm going to move on to club football. I do want to ask you, seeing you said that Argentina will win the World Cup, why do you think that Deschamps, France you tipped to go out in the semis, why do you think Deschamps is going to win it over somebody like Scaloni?
I feel like, France are going to be dominating. Like, France are going to dominate in this World Cup. I do believe that. But I feel like they will get too ahead of themselves because they will do so well in the group stages, round of 16, quarterfinals. And then their egos, like, as we all know, not to be racist or anything, but French people have massive egos. And
Yes.
I feel like this is going to affect the French players. And I feel like they're going to get ahead of themselves and then they'll just lose it.
Very, very interesting stereotype there from Oliver, and I'm sure many college teachers are going to be happy with that one. But no, yeah, thank you all for watching this video. It's greatly appreciated. There's been a lot of videos over on the channel this week. This will be the 5th coming out this week. The World Cup starts tomorrow as of you listening to this while watching this, so it's really hotting up. Content will continue to be put out very regularly over the course of the World Cup. It's going to be tough to know what to do because things are going to be going at a million miles an hour, and obviously this is not my job, so I can't sit here and talk all day. But there will be content coming very regularly, so please do stay tuned for that. And there's going to be some very exciting videos coming in the World Cup, and then afterwards there's a couple of things planned, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, thank you for coming on, Ollie. Greatly appreciated, and I will catch you all again in the next one. See ya!